Welcome back. Today is a fun show. As you know, it's a follow-up show. We had a great guest before the break, Julia. And we have two really fun individuals in the studio with us today. We have Tabinda and we have Amar, don't we, Amina?
Of course we do. And Julia wasn't just fun, she was pioneering.
Yes,
Pioneering is
absolutely.
important. Tabinda, Arzu and Amar, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Tabinda and Amar are both members of the Stammerers Association, am I right?
Right.
Yeah.
And you are studying...
I'm studying in Zabas,
what subject are you studying? What?
computer science.
Computer science is in you, Tabinda?
I'm working as a consultant at Siddharth Haider.
Oh,
Murshid.
wow. Well done. Good for you. Excellent. So we've got two very dynamic young people who are going to tell us a little bit about their experiences, right, Sonia?
Absolutely. The question that jumps to my mind, Amar and Tabinda, you've become a member of the Stammering Association. Do you feel it's helped along? What's the support that you've got from it? Just has it brought about any difference?
Alright, Tamla, you start.
I love that. Okay.
Ladies first.
What you leave out,
Ladies
I'll add to.
Yeah. Ladies first. TK, doesn't matter. Let's go.
Well, PSA has served as a great platform for individuals who stammer. It actually helps us to voice our opinions and our thoughts in a very comfortable environment. And it's not just that, it's also that you get support from your fellow stammerers, and you feel that you aren't the only person who are facing this problem.
How did you guys hear about the Pakistan Stammering Association? How did you find out about it? Do you
Well, I
remember?
was-
Do you remember?
I do.
You do? You have a sort of like a
Yeah, I
vivid
do.
memory?
Actually, I heard about this association from Tabinda
Okay.
because I got her number through my teacher, and she was like, if you stammer, and then contact Tabinda. So I contacted her, and then she like, on every Sunday we have self-support group. From the association, and please do come. So I came on that Sunday, and unfortunately she did not come.
That particular Sunday. that particular Sunday.
How
So you were left high and
Yeah.
dry.
So I met Julia. So that's I got to know about this.
And how long
association.
ago was that?
That was approximately a month ago, I believe.
About a month ago. Tabinda, how long have you been with the association now?
It's been about 8 months.
Okay, now I'm going to
7,
ask you now
8
because if we can do an analytical study. Okay. Let's put them on the spot now. Okay, 1 month. What has PSA contributed to your life in 1 month?
Actually, in 1 month, the thing is this PSA has actually made me more confident in front of people. Okay. Right now, I'm sitting here not because of PSA only, because of my parents as well.
Okay.
Right. So the PSA also contributed in my life as, like, I have become more confident in myself. I can speak to anyone I want without fear.
And what about you, Tabinda? What would you say? Because it's been a little bit longer, which is why I wanted to ask Amar first. This is 4 weeks, yours is 8 months.
Well, PSA has basically changed my perception over life. I used to be a very shy and a very timid person, but learning to know what other fellow stammers have gone through, and also knowing their success stories gives you the encouragement that you can also do it.
too.
Yeah, you can also gain control over your speech.
Excellent. Wow.
A question that I'd like to ask is, Julia said earlier on in her interview that, like Amar is also saying that it's given you more confidence, but she said sometimes it's overwhelming that you take this one issue and you let it completely take
Run
over your life.
It just runs
Yeah.
your
Run your
life.
life. there are a lot of people out there who maybe haven't heard about the Pakistan Stammering Association but are suffering that every single day. So what would you say to people like them that, I mean, you know, this is something, I mean, what would be your advice to them?
My advice would be that stammering is not a hindrance. It's not something that you should be scared of, and don't let it take toll of your life. I mean, I have been able to complete my education. I have been able to pursue my career, and I have never felt it as a hindrance. So,
And Amar?
Actually, I think for especially the children who stammers, I think, they and their parents should actually motivate them to speak more, rather than discourage them and taking the words out of their mouth.
So be patient and listen.
Exactly. That is the. That should be. That should be done from the people's and the parents' side.
Yeah.
Right? Because when I was in England, and I was like very comfortable while I'm stammering, people are listening. Over here, people are like, "You stammering? We listen to it later." And this is this is what we get in our society.
Good God, yeah.
And that's how, especially we people, the especially the children who stammers,
Yeah.
they get frustrated and they become self-concentrated actually.
One very, very important point that Julia made was, which I'd like to ask you as well. She said, when I asked her, what wouldn't you like people to do? What irritates you the most in people's reactions? And she said, finish our words and make funny faces, impatient faces. And I think that's a very, very important point, because I think to laymen who haven't dealt with anyone who stammers, they actually think, I mean, I've come across people who actually think that, okay, let's help. You're feeling uncomfortable for them, so you're just like, oh, maybe they're feeling conscious, so let us complete their words.
we hate that actually.
Thank you, because I
We
think
hate
that's a
that.
very important point to bring out, that you're not helping, and it's actually insulting and offensive.
Insulting,
I would expect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe that's something that we can reiterate with our audiences. You know a little bit more about the whole situation now, the whole issue. So please be aware, be a little bit sensitive to the people around you.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't like it if people start pointing your kinky hair.
No, but
or
a lot
your
of
white
people are
hair, so-
unaware, so it's good
Yeah.
to actually say that. Is there anything else that bothers you, that irritates you? Because I think it's so important to get these things out.
There are actually two things. When the
That's it?
when the elder people make fun of you while you're speaking, they're like, and when they complete your words, you're simply like, what should I say next? When they know everything, you feel like that.
Yeah,
Okay,
of course.
that's
What's
the
the point
point
of this
of it.
conversation?
What's the point? Why are we
Exactly.
bothering? Why
Well,
are
we feel
bothering?
that a lot as well with older people. When you say, blah, blah, oh, yeah, oh, you mean, and you're just like, all right then, killed my conversation right there.
Okay, last question I'm going to ask you. I know we have to
Yeah.
go. We're kind of pushed for time. Aman, you mentioned that yes, the PSA helped you, but so did your parents. So there must have been something sort of pivotal which your parents must have done, which is sort of fixed itself in your minds, because you said it quite emphatically. So what is that?
My life is actually quite diverse, and I was like, then they were like, he has multiple issues. Okay? I had one which is stammering. The second is dyslexia. Right.
Okay.
Okay? So I had two problems at one time.
At one time, yeah.
And they always said to me, my father used to say, Amar, you can do it. Believe in yourself and you can do it. And my parents and my mother say the same. You can do it, believe in yourself, just do it. Simple as that. And that is why right now I'm sitting here with you guys. Simple as that.
Amar and Tabinder, thank you so much
You're
for being with us today, being candid and frank and explaining your situation. I think it's good for everybody out there to know that, don't you think?
Absolutely, and it's an eye-opener for me as well. I'm actually very, very ashamed to admit it now, but we have a friend who stammers, and like I was asking Amar and Tabinder, we always felt we were helping out by finishing sentences, and no one bothered to ask her that, does this bother you? And she was so kind, she would never look irritated when we would do it. And it's, I mean, I wish I could just, throw out an apology to her for that, and she's probably not watching this, but it is so important. It is so important for people to just be informed about everything. And thank you so much for coming out and telling us, and you've definitely sorted me in this one conversation. I'm fixed for life, but thank you. It was fun talking to you, and I love the senses of humor, so please, that's great. So we're going to go on a break. We will be back shortly. Don't go too far.